I am Jay the Wook. I'll be your host for the weekend, and we're getting ready to run. 2, 1, let's go. All right, here we are for the first race. Everybody's getting started. Everybody lines up. We got some going for big Mario strats and fire strats, and some sticking with their small Mario strats. So we'll see how this plays out throughout the tournament. Those will pay off to go for the more risky strats of small Mario, or sticking with the fire strats to be safer. You do lose about a second or a second and a half by getting the large Mario strats, but it could pay off in the end. So let's see how it works out. In this first race, we got Jeremy, Mars 2, GTAce, SuperSonic, Maxima, Niftski, and here we go. All right, so we got 4 on the first early frame rule. Those who kept the small Mario strats are all staying in there. Clearing those pipe jumps without a problem. Jeremy did look like he lost a frame rule. We will check on the board transition coming up. It looks like Jeremy did lose a frame rule here. We also have 2 of our Fire Marios. We have on different frame rules as well. Yes. So Jeremy's 1 frame rule behind, but we still have Niftski, SuperSonic, and GTAce all on that early frame rule going for their strats. So we'll see how it pays off. You will notice, and something to keep an eye out, is even though they are on the same rule, they do use different strats and different paths. So some of that is by preference and by the way they prefer to play. So we see Vince does not get Fire Mario. All right, here we go. Back in the 4-2. Now, 4-2 is a critical, very, very critical board stage because it does have the wrong warp, and missing the wrong warp can be detrimental to the entire race. Now, this is our qualifying race. What we do is we'll take the best of 5 times. We'll take drop the top, drop the lowest, and take the average, the middle 3. So this will allow us to get a good average. And then placement for the finals will be based on that. From the looks of things, we have 18 racers that are registered for any percent, and they will each get, will be divided into the 3 divisions tomorrow based on average time. So this will be exciting. All right, 8-1. Niftski's clearing the pipe jumps with no problem on the earliest frame rule. Jeremy's slightly behind him. Very good. All the jumps, all the pipes. Niftski's on the early frame rule. No issues there. Jeremy looks like he's about 2 frames behind. Actually, Jeremy looks like he's about 3 frames behind here. So 3 rules behind Niftski. Okay, clearing 8-2. We'll go see what kind of setup he's got for the end. Is Niftski going to go with the bullet bill setup, or will he just go with a standard flag? This is one of the hardest jumps right here when he cleared this pipe, but we see he did a great job doing it. Final set, hit the flag, no problem. Jeremy's still on the same, only about 3 frame rules behind. And then we got our first 2, Maximum and Mars 2 with the fire strats coming in, and then Vince coming in 5th. Very solid run there. Now 8-3 is going to be the biggest trick of the game because you've got to keep up with the Hammer Brother patterns. Knowing what frame rule is on is key to knowing the patterns, but sometimes in this game, if you took a hit or lost a rule, you're going to have to guess the patterns. That could be really hard in a live race. But Jeremy and Niftski both did really well clearing those Hammer Brothers, no issues. And now Maximum and Mars 2 are tied on the rule going into 8-4. All right, here we go. Last 8-4. Clean as can be. And Niftski gets in, no problems. Wall jump room. Niftski hits the wall jump. Jeremy misses the wall jump. And that makes it hard because now it's going to be really hard for him. He was getting close. It was a close race. So Jeremy's got to hope Bowser's not kind to Niftski for him to have a chance to get first place. He is still 2.8 seconds behind, but an unkind Bowser. Water is no problem. Here we go. Good Hammer Brother. Perfect. 4:59 on the dot. Really good run. Really good. Oh. What happened? Jeremy must have gotten hit.
He died in the water section.
Oh, I didn't see them dying. Okay. So very good first round here. Niftski's coming in at 4:59. Maxim getting a 5:07. Mars getting a 5:07. Vince is a 5:14. GTA's coming in at 5:18. And SuperSonic getting a 5:23. And then Jeremy's still got time to finish. We do give them 6 minutes to finish, 7 minutes to finish. So the race. So if they do die or they do take a hit, everybody finishes. Still a 5:41 with taking a death and water isn't bad. 8-4 is a very long run. So that was our first run we got, and I thought it was a very good showcase of the talent we have here at the Warpzone Invitational. So now we're going to have a transition to the second race, and I'm going to hand over my commentator duties to the Mighty Giant Dad.
Two, one. All right, and the race has begun. And something really, really cool that you may have noticed right at the beginning there is that the software that we use for this tournament actually syncs up every single runner right at the beginning of the race. So even if the runners started at very, very slightly different times, it's still okay. And they get ranked based on their actual time to finish. All right, so it looks like pretty much what I was expecting. Looks like Spiker and GTAce went for Small Mario and everybody else went for the big Fire Mario route. What you're going to see is that those Fire Mario people lost a little bit of time here, and they're going to lose a little bit of time in a future level when they get Fire Mario as well. But later in the game, especially those World 8 levels, those are really, really difficult. Really, really hard to do consistently. Unless you're a Fire Mario. If you're Fire Mario, they're way, way easier. Oh, and Spiker dying to that first pipe jump. See, this is what I'm talking about. If you're Big Mario, you just take damage there. You don't die. And Spiker just lost a ton of time, probably over 20 seconds to that. But GTA is completing the level cleanly, and we see all the Fire Mario people now taking the lead over Spiker there. Spiker's going to have some ground to make up here. But GTAce alone in World 4 Level 1, front running. This is by far the easiest level of the race, so I'm not expecting anything crazy to happen here. You'll notice on the bottom there, another really cool feature of this software is that you can actually see all the other runners behind GTAce, which I just think is really neat to look at. And there they all are coming down the flagpole. Good stuff. All right, so going into 4-2, the level with the infamous wrong warp. Missing the wrong warp is a absolutely massive, massive time loss. It actually requires you to game over and restart from the beginning of World 4 if you miss it. So let's see if he can get these bumps. That should be good. Yep, he got there. He's in the warp zone. Very good.
Let's switch to fire and...
Yeah. All right, so we're going to switch and look at the Fire Mario runners because it looks like GTAce really is just killing it. I expect him to be very, very consistent. This will give us a chance to look at what some of the other runners are doing. So you see the advantage of Fire Mario right away is that you have these fireballs. You can shoot these piranha plants and kill them and just have a really, really easy jump over the pipes, right? Normally, if you're Small Mario, you need to do these really precise, like 2 or 3 frame jumps over the piranha plants to get past without dying. But with Fire Mario, it's just way, way, way safer. Alright, so Sullyrox among the Fire Mario players in the lead. That's not surprising. He did wonderfully at last year's competition. I believe he even qualified for Division 1. Marzo2 and 8-Bit Lord right behind him. Vinz right behind as well. Spiker about 20 seconds behind. Scrimsion about 48 seconds behind. I didn't see what happened to him. We got a highlight here. We can see GTAce in the bottom left corner. He's just absolutely killing it in Nade 2, about 6 seconds ahead of everyone else. Let's see if he gets that bland jump. Very good. Yeah, so this jump over this piranha plant here. You kind of have to slow down in order to get over it cleanly. Oh boy, Mars taking damage. That's a huge deal. You see, when you take damage, it kind of freezes you in place for a few seconds, and that allows everybody else to catch up to you and get ahead of you. Plus, now you don't have that safety of the Fire Flower, and if you get hit again, now you're just Small Mario, so now you will just die and have to restart the level. It is honestly neck and neck between Mars and Sullyrox here. I believe Sullyrox is just 1 frame roll ahead. A frame roll, by the way, for those who don't know, is the smallest increment of time that you can gain or lose in this game. It's 21 frames or 0.35 seconds. We got GTAce entering 8-4 here. Let's see if he can clutch it out. He will definitely be going for the 2-frame wall jump. So let's see if he can nail it. Walk off this pipe. And here it is. Nailed it, of course. Alright, let's see the turnaround room. This actually is a wrong warp as well. What you do is you scroll the screen far enough to trick the game into sending you to the water room instead of elsewhere. And then go back and enter the pipe. So here's the water room. Let's see if we can get in cleanly. Looked good to me. Alrighty. This should be a sub 5 if he can get past Bowser. Very nice. Very nice. 458 even. Very nice from GTAce. Here comes Sullyrox. Oh no, Mars dying to Bowser! Sullyrox finishing, Mars dying to Bowser. 8-Bit Lord coming in with a 508.9. Alright, Vinz waiting for Bowser. Let's see if he can get over. Very nice.
You gotta keep it, like, you gotta be lively, right? If not, Jay's gonna be with you, okay? Alright.
Alright. Spiker, Mars, and I believe Scrimsion at this point has DNF'd. I believe Scrimsion actually cannot finish within the 7-minute time limit that we have set for each race. Alright, Spiker getting in to the pipe. Waiting for the Podoboo so that he doesn't die to it. Waiting for Bowser. Good. Good to finish. By the way, the point system that this event is using, it is always much, much, much better to finish a race than not. You will get points if you finish. If you do not finish the race, you get 0 points. Mars finishing there with a 601, better than nothing.
45 seconds.
Alrighty. It does look like Scrimsion cannot finish within the 7-minute allotted time. It's a DNF. I believe that is a... going for the double bullet Bill glitch at the end there. Would have been cool. But another amazing race. Sullyrox, 8-Bit Lord, both really well executed on the Fire Mario strats there. GTAce, of course, finishing a great run. 458 is a phenomenal. Anything under 5 minutes is going to be excellent. I believe I'm going to hand off the commentary now to somebody else. Thank you all for watching, because I got to go play. And, yeah, we'll be back in just a minute. Hey, no.
All right, welcome back, everyone. So it looks like, yeah, we've got our normal split of runners doing Small Mario versus Fire Route. Of course, Small Mario is faster. Fire is, however, less susceptible to variance. It has less punishing mistakes that are available. I'm Scalpel, for anyone who doesn't know. Looks like we've got 3 runners who've gotten the optimal frame rule in 1-1, Niftski, Spiker, and MightyGiantDad. Kosmic got 1 behind, and 8-Bit Lord and Vinz getting the standard power grab rule. Let's see how these pipe jumps go. It looks like MightyGiantDad miss. Niftski, Spiker, and Kosmic all good. Of course, this is not going to be a worry to the Fireflower racers, as they can just shoot the guy out of the way. Going into 4-1, looks like MightyGiantDad took a 2 frame roll penalty from the missed pipe jump. we can see the effect of frame rules in full force right now, as we've got Niftski and Spiker perfectly vertically aligned, Kosmic and MightyGiantDad perfectly spaced apart. Looks like no one's gonna try and gain some ground with an FPG, that's alright. Got our Fireflower Racers trailing right now, but of course this can change at any time. 4-2 has some pretty punishing mistakes available. You can right warp, which is a multi-minute penalty. We're gonna hope that our runners don't do that, but it is always possible. Let's see how our runners do. Oh, looks like MightyGiantDad dies. That's unfortunate, but Spiker, Niftski, Kosmic, all coming into World 8. Looks like Spiker might be a frame rule ahead of these guys. Yeah, he is the leader by a frame rule going into 8-1. This is, again, where these Fireflower runners, despite trailing now, could pick up quite a bit of ground. Mistakes as Small Mario here largely constitute deaths, while Fire Mario mistakes are more minor platforming mistakes or damage. So, yeah, and as we can see, Spiker's lead is unfortunately erased because failed pipe jumps to death. Niftski and Kosmic, despite being a frame rule behind, are now our leaders. Let's hope that the judges' mechanic works out in their favor and that they aren't going to lose the optimal 8-1 frame rule here. Looks like Niftski got good judges, Kosmic got bad judges. Could also be the case that Kosmic slowed down at some point during the level. I don't think he did that. But this is that mechanic at play. Can see, based on the overlaid enemies, the difference in patterns that you get in 8-2. But overall, these runners are both keeping up solid sub-5 paces. Looks like Lord tries to go for Bullet Bill Glitch, does not quite get it, but that would have been quite a sight. So 8-3. Well, Niftski's gonna go top route. Of course he does. Gonna induce an unnecessary pipe jump and have to do an off-screen A release. It's not a tight one, but he's gonna pipe jump again. Yeah. And we can see also a difference in strategies that people are using to avoid the fireworks in 8-3. A lot of newer runners prefer to do a walking speed jump, but Kosmic does the old school strategy of just bonking this block. Both work fine. They're both tied into 8-4 now. We will see who wins out. Knowledge of Bowser patterns, as well as A4 execution ability, are what are going to decide this. So let's see. Let's use better in that regard right now. Looks like both runners are going to get into water. They're not gonna right warp. They are extremely close right now. Could be exactly tied. I'm not positive, but this is gonna be a photo finish. Oh, Kosmic bonking water exit. That is unfortunate. And Niftski is going to beat the Bowser. Kosmic's going to get a forward. Really, really exciting finish. Let's see how our other runners do. Vinz is showing the consistency of fire, getting a 507. And looks like Lord is coming up through water. Yeah, just about to enter last room. We'll see how that goes. Jumps over the hammer, bro. And is going to wait on Bowser. Smart choice. Oh, no. The rogue hammer is going to get him. Very unfortunate. It's not super common that a hammer thrown that late is going to have a hitbox. But unfortunately that happened. That time Stewie's going to jump through and win. MightyGiantDad's going to wait. Gets very close to a really sketchy pattern, but makes it through nonetheless. Spiker is Big Mario here, so should be in the clear barring a catastrophe. Yeah, mid bar is good. Okay. Let's hope the ending goes well. Yep. Okay. Into last room. It's home free at this point if you're big. There's nothing that can really do you in. And yeah, there you go. Nice. Spiker's finished. 8-Bit Lord is pulling up the rear. Just gonna finish up last room. Hopefully we don't get trolled. And look, we get our instant Bowser jump. And all of our runners finish. Great race, everyone.
All right, everyone. Hey, hope you can hear me. It's me, Flibbity Dibbity. I'm the one who put this technology together, and I'm going to be commentating this next race, race number 4. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. I'm going to click this button. It's going to say begin countdown, and then we're going to count them down. 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, are we ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1, go, 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 go. All right, so they all click the start button at the same time, and then I have to click this one, syncs them up. All right, so race number 4. This is an exciting race. We got some incredible players on here. Keep your eyes on a bunch of them. Nebula, Spiker, and it looks like we got quite a few also going for the Fire Mario strats. So I'm just going to turn on this picture-in-picture, and I'm going to say, why don't we watch SuperSonic down there in the bottom left-hand corner? All right, so Nebula and Dad are going for Small Mario. This is a much more difficult way of playing the game because any little mistake could set you back immensely. Whereas if you're big, hey, you just get small. Most of the time, unless you fall in a pit, I suppose. You'll notice on the leaderboard we have no one here, and that's just, to ease the scheduling. We have an empty spot because we had a prime number both of seats and of players, which made things a little more difficult. But we have a wonderful guest sitting in for us, Jay, who's also going to be commentating the next race. So we'll see how things go. I don't think he did not know that he would be playing today. All right, race looks good so far. Who's our enemy? Nebula. Nebula, I saw that, and I'm going to make a replay of that so that everyone can see that you destroyed our boy, our friend, Lakitu. Also, SuperSonic did. Don't think I missed it. I see everything that happens in here. All right, Nebula and Spiker are tied to the frame. The Mighty Giant Dad lost 2 frame rules earlier. Excuse me. And Jeremy's behind that. Let's turn our little picture-in-picture onto Jeremy. Jeremy was telling me beforehand that there was a little bit of a rule change from previous years that have made things a little bit harder. And that's because for this first stage where we are ranking people, it's hard to get everyone to play against one another in a fair way. So what we've elected to do is go based on their times, which actually disadvantages the runners who are going for fire strategies. Now, Spiker lost a ton of time there, missed a jump, and is going to be paying for that for the rest of the game. Nebula and the Mighty Giant Dad are still doing pretty well. Of course, it looks like the Mighty Giant Dad is, four frame rules behind. All right, and Jeremy is still going strong. Oh, and Nebula dies! Nebula misses the pipe jump. This is exactly what I'm talking about on that Small Mario strategy. So, turns out the Mighty Giant Dad is winning. The Mighty Giant Dad is in first place, and as Small Mario, it looks like Jeremy, SuperSonic also picked up a death a little earlier there, just off screen. All right, so just while I have you all here, let me give you a little bit of information. This is all put together by RetroTournaments.org, and so if you head on over there to RetroTournaments.org/support, you can support events like this and help us do this again next year, and help us do this again and again. Looks like we got some fireworks there for Jeremy. It's not cause for celebration. That's actually going to cost him quite a bit of time while he waits for that to happen. Oh no, the fireworks for Dad! Oh my goodness! So it turns out that Jeremy wins. Look at how much of a swing that is in order for Jeremy to come in first there. Those fireworks really cost you a lot of time. And look at this. This is a Fire Mario strategy coming in first place, and that's because everyone else who went faster has lost time. I guess I can turn off picture-in-picture here. What good finish for Jeremy. Let's put our picture-in-picture on Nebula, who's currently in third. I'm just going to click that. There we go. We keep an eye on Nebula down in the lower left there. All right, let's see what we have coming into 8-3. Jeremy, a frame rule ahead of the Mighty Giant Dad. Actually, Jeremy helped out tremendously with putting this event together. He lives not that far away from me, and he was scrolling through Facebook Marketplace and picked up a bunch of CRTs and helped me get them all set up. So Big thanks to Jeremy for that. I hope that that pays off for him and he does well on this race. That slowdown there, that's not a mistake. They're doing that on purpose to avoid those fireworks. The Mighty Giant Dad definitely does not want to get fireworks twice in one race. All right, Nebula and Scrimsion. Nebula taking some damage to a Hammer Brother, and that's going to cost him some time. All right, let's keep our eyes here on Jeremy and Dad coming in to 8-4. Who's going to, are they both going to walk off this pipe or run? Looks like they're both walking. That's to set up this pipe jump a little bit better. Dad misses it. Jeremy gets it. So Jeremy is well ahead now, plenty of time. But remember, his time is what matters, not totally his position, although, of course, the position matters for bragging rights now, doesn't it? Okay, Jeremy doing very well. You might have thought he went through that fire bar, but it's because he ducked, and his hitbox is actually smaller. All right, coming up to Bowser. Jeremy has plenty of time, but he still wants to do this well. Potaboo hits him, but no big deal. He gets it. All right, Jeremy and Dad. Okay, let's jump over. Well raced from both of those. Nebula pausing on the entry to the pipe there, but that's okay. He's still going to be, looks like he's still going to get third place coming in here. There is a time limit of 7 minutes. Well done to Nebula. Let's check in on SuperSonic with a clean finish there. Scrimsion looks like he'll be able to finish. He's coming up right now. Whoa! That was an incredible move because he challenged him. All right, let's see how no one is doing. This is Jay. Jay, also big thanks to Jay for helping put this event together. He's done a tremendous amount of work ahead of time, scheduling and putting this together. So hopefully he's going to finish. Don't worry, I will make this count for him at the end. Oh, took some damage to the firebar there. It's good to take it safe. You have a whole minute to get through. Let's not die here. Well done. That was close, but it looks like he's coming in. Takes the Hammer Brother. Wow, he's doing good. Is he going to? Okay, very good play. Let's thank him. That was incredible, especially because he had no preparation, no specific preparation. I'm not sure Spiker's going to be able to finish in time, but we'll let this go all the way till 7. He's racing against the clock right now. You can see in the bottom right-hand corner, 7 minutes. To see if he can, I don't know how long these rooms take exactly, but we're going to have to see. I saw Spiker picked up a few deaths. It's really easy to do in this environment. This is a really tricky place, really tricky environment, really hard place to get these runs. Looks like, oh my goodness, this is rough. Oh no, oh no. Okay, we still should finish, but this does count as a DNF. All right, there we go for Spiker. Great. Well done, Spiker. Well done, everyone. All right, thank you so much. Let's turn those consoles off. Let me just say a couple of things here. Again, just going to let you know that, again, head on over to retrotournaments.org/support and put in, send some cash this way so we can do this again next year. A lot of your money will go towards the prize pool of this event, which we'll have some more information on that coming up. For this next race, I'm going to turn it over to Jay to commentate, and we're just going to keep moving those commentators around. So stick around, and yeah, I'd love to see you guys again. Hopefully I'll talk to you one more time. All right, later. I'm out.
All right, we are going back. This is race number 5, and I'm going to hand it over to my daughter, Emma Page, for commentary. And all right, you ready?
Okay, let's do this. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, let's go.
Let's talk about races are
some people are going for Big Mario. No one, only one person. None's going for Small Mario. Flippity Dippity's going. None is Flippity Dippity, if you're wondering. Yeah.
so tall. You want to do it?
Okay, let's do this. We're going into 1-2. Let's go. Okay, let's go. We're headed. Okay, Flippity is in the lead so far. And whoa. Also, Flippy is still not getting the the power up. Here we go.
He's the only one who ever
And then, here we go. No one's got us. Flippity is the only one with the small Mario. He's not going for any power-ups, nothing. He's just going as small Mario.
I mean, lock it.
Okay. And then, yeah. Okay. What? Okay, and then here we go. Grab. And we finished 4-1. Let's head into 4-2.
Let's just go with combo 4-2.
Okay. Let's do it. Okay. Okay. We're heading into 4-2. Okay. And everything's going well. Now we're heading and go through. Okay, let's go. Alright, let's go in the 8-1.
Talk about what you see.
Okay, so far, how do you pronounce it?
Just say there's got 3 other stuff.
Yeah. Okay. What? Well, how do what this? What are you telling me this? Okay. Yeah. Okay, we are heading into. Yeah. We're heading into the end of 8-1 with. We hit the flagpole and then now we're heading in. Okay. Here we're going to. Are they good? Okay, let's go. And yeah. So far, no one's died. Everyone is still at 3 lives left. And okay. Okay, we're heading into 8-3. Okay, and now let's hit in. And okay, now we are in 8-3. So far, so good. Okay? I can't. Okay, let's see. Okay, and then flagpole, here we go into 8-4, the final level. I think. Yeah, the final one. Let's go. Okay, into that. And into, go down the pipe. Into the other one. Out. Okay. Go up, through, and back out. Still, go. Get over the, go back in the pipe. We are at almost finished. But, yeah. Let's do this. So far, no one's like took damage. Everyone is good. Alright, it's been doing good. Woo! First. Third. Okay, woo! And now, okay, we are still waiting on 2 people to finish that are almost done. Okay, that's it actually. Bye.
Hey guys, I'm Mars. I'm going to be doing the Race 6 commentary. Runners are getting started here. Hoping to see a good variety of small and fire strats in this race. Yeah, we have Stewie and Bitlord going for the Fire Flower, presumably. Everyone else is going to be doing small strats. Beautiful undergrounds for everyone there. Very good. It looks like everyone is tied right now, except for Stewie and Bitlord. We're off to 1-2. One Dash 2, as we all know, can be a pretty tricky level for people who want to do small Mario strats. We're going to see Stewie and Bitlord pick up the Fire Flower here. It's going to make this level a lot easier, as you all would know. Ooh. Leendore messing up the pipe jump there, no big deal. Kosmic, Nebula, and GTAce are really tight, entering World 4-1. We've got a couple of Lakitu bops there. Cosmic, GTAce, and Nebula tied to the frame in 4-1, arguably the easiest level in 80%. We've got Leendore 1 second behind. Alright, now we're going to be entering 4-2. Bitlord and Stewie trailing behind with their fire strats. And then no one is in last. Hopefully all the players are going to be able to successfully perform the wrong warp in 4-1. Again, our 3 leads are tied to the frame again. Beautiful wrong warps for GTAce, Cosmic, and Nebula. Leendore 1 second behind. Entering World 8-1. 8-Bit Lord in 5th place, entering 8-1 with his Fire Flower, and Stewie right behind him. Let's hope that these players can successfully do the pipe jumps. Pretty tight, pretty scary jumps to do, but they're all very good players, and I'm sure they're going to be able to successfully do all of them.
Maybe they were just nerfing her out there.
Ooh. Didn't quite catch who took the death there, but one of the 3 leads. Oof, it was Cosmic. Cosmic unfortunately taking the death in 8-1. GTAce and Nebula still tied, exiting 8-1. Leendore right behind them. Still maintaining his 1 second deficit to the 2 leads. Didn't quite catch what happened to Stewie. I think he may have missed the 4-2 wrong warp, which happens to everyone at some point. GTAce and Nebula. Nebula has a slight lead now. That Blant section may have been a little bit faster for Nebula, but this could still be anyone's race. Hammer Bros can be pretty mean in 8-3. Let's hope the Hammer Bros are going to be nice to Nebula, GTAce, and Leendore. They should know what the patterns are, I would assume. They've all played pretty clean runs up to this point. They might know what the patterns are going to be. Alright, so pretty close competition entering the final level. We've got Bitlord with his Fire Strat 7 seconds behind 3rd place. If anyone takes a death to Bowser or the Podoboo or any other enemy in 8-4, this could be any of the Fire Crew's race to win. Alright, our 3 leads going for the 2-frame wall jump setup. Ooh, Leendore not quite getting it, but GTAce and Nebula do. Nebula still maintaining a slight lead into the water room. Good swimming so far. Great water section from both Nebula and GTAce. It's going to come down to Bowser and the Podoboo. Oh, the axe grab. Oh, a near tie there for GTAce Nebula. Meanwhile, Leendore taking a death to Bowser. BitLord finishing third with a 506.9. Very good for fire strats. Kosmic, meanwhile, in the water room, on pace to get fourth place. Should be pretty good here. If he gets hit, he says invincibility frames to get through Bowser.
Nice. I can tell you some. Never done wall.
Wait, Leendore back in the wall jump room.
It doesn't actually matter that much, right? It's just the average for the yeah, it is. Yeah, so, like,
Looks like our two sixth place runners are going to be disqualified because they're going over the 7-minute mark disqualification. But Leendore, ooh, taking a death to the fire bar. Oh, taking a game over too. See, he might try to finish the run here. All right, looks like this will be the end of race 6. Great job to all of the runners. Very good performances. Big GGs to everyone.
Hello, hello. So, welcome to race 7 here in sunny Pasadena, California. This is GTAce on the comms after, a nice couple 458s. Now I get to chill for a bit and watch people play the video game along with all of you. Got a good lineup here. Good mix of both small only and power-up strats. So we'll get the sea of small and the sea of large. We'll see what group of people comes out on top here. Obviously, small is a lot more risky. If you want to be consistent, you usually go for fire strats, but with how many top level runners are here, can't always make that option happen. 3-way tie so far. We got the C on the small cam in the bottom left. Couple failed pipe jumps. All right, we're really spreading out now. This is going to be an interesting one. All right. One frame roll behind and then another frame roll behind. So getting to see frame rules in action here. And I'm seeing a lot of alive Lakitus. Personally not a fan of that, but some other people might have different opinions. But I'm Team Stomp. And apparently I'm Scrim playing right now, so fun fact. Alright, let's see how this wrong warp works. Want to push Mario to the right side of the screen so you can activate an incorrect transportation here on the pipe. We all know it by now, right? See how it goes. No issues here so far. Maybe taking it a little slow, but the one thing you have to avoid is going too far and failing the wrong warp, because that loses you just like 2.5 minutes and there's nothing you can really do. You essentially DNF if you miss the wrong warp, so very important to not have that happen. The only way to combat it is to recognize that you're not going to be able to go down and then die and retry 4-2. Otherwise, you'll have to restart back at 4-1. Looks like we are hitting our pipe jumps here. Looks like TMGD is taking it a little safe, but that's mainly because he has a specific strategy he's using to get consistent 501s. Because as he puts it, he wants to at least beat the Fire Flower Brigade. Which, with the strategies he's doing, maybe not here to win, but definitely here to be consistent and get good placements, and that is very respectable especially at his skill level, which he has also said. So, very smart plays. Everyone's here doing their own strats, their own methods to the madness, you could say. Oh, small mistake there. And unfortunately, small mistakes can be incredibly costly. The joys of any percent. Yeah, just jumped like maybe 1-2 frames too early, and then you lose half a second. That's just how it goes sometimes. So, Niftski taking the lead, as we should all expect. I believe he'll be on perfect pace here. Be able to tell by these Hammer Bros. Yep, this is a low or mid 458 pace. You can get a .5 by doing the 2-frame, best case scenario here. And yeah, the hesitation at the flagpole to avoid the fireworks, very crucial to the run. Everyone slows down in different ways. You can bonk or do the walking speed strategy, which is a little newer, a little safer. But we have some older school runners here, so you get to see a healthy mix. Oh, we're going 1 frame. He's going for the best time. Yep. Well, I currently have the best time by barely, so I'm about to lose that right now. That's fine. It's Niftski. I can't expect anything less. And I only had best time by 3 frames, so gonna blow that out of the water here. So we're actually gonna look at a pretty low 458 here, maybe .1, .2 even. I'm gonna go with a .2 here. Should know the Bowser patterns. Okay. That's probably a .2 with rounding, but yeah, that's probably going to stay as the best time unless someone wants to, for some reason, add in an extra hard frame rule or try to squeeze out some more frames. So just doesn't even have to really do that, really, but you know, Niftski be Niftski here. My good old friend the Lodaboo. We're best friends. Yep, that Podaboo can just be too low to get under. Sometimes, and if you don't know what pace you're on, it can just happen. Which is very fun, we love that. We're having a very interesting spread here. Been focused on kind of the top spot here. It looks like we've had a lot of little mistakes here that's really spread out everyone. But we got our top 3 here solidified, all under 6 minutes. SuperSonic barely scraping under the 6-minute mark. Looks like Scrim and Stewie are DNFing here. And we'll have our final finish before the time runs out. Obviously going to play it safe, no reason not to in this situation, and there we go. That will complete race 7 of the tournament today.
Ready for race number 8 here. We have a bunch of runners in this one. 2, 1, and go. All right, we're going to see who's going to be kicking it off with fire here. You got everybody all synced up. Looks like there's a good chunk of runners that has fire right now, or that is going to go the fire route. Meanwhile, Kosmic, Leendore, and Spiker are going the small route here. All right, pretty good 1-1. So we got like practically half and half, like, you know, got half runners with small only, and then half runners that are about to power up with fire in 1-2. There could be a very tricky Goomba that will fall on top of you after you get fire, like in the middle of the level, but hopefully that's not going to be the case here. So now we see our top 3 runners currently, Spiker, Kosmic, and Leendore going. Oh no, Leendore took a death there on the Goomba. So now it's just going to be between Spiker and Kosmic currently. They're pretty much neck and neck here. Heading into a 4-1. Meanwhile, our fire crew is just coming up on the pipe exit there. Kosmic with the Lucky 2 stomp. Got team stomp going on here. So Kosmic and Spiker are neck and neck at the moment. We will see what's going to happen in 4-2. Since 4-1, there isn't really much going on. I'm just kind of holding right to win. Don't have to worry about the Lucky 2 at all. Unless you stomp on him, then it's not going to appear until like later on. So it's no big deal.
All right, some of our fire crew is just catching up here. All right. Now we're heading into 4-2, probably the most infamous level in all of Super Mario Brothers because of the wrong warp. So we're going to see our runners here try to go for the 3-bump setup. Okay, got some good bumps from Kosmic and Spiker right there. Let's see how their pipe entry is going to be. Oh, Kosmic just missed the pipe entry. So Spiker's going to just take a little bit of a lead here. But things can definitely change once we get into World 8, especially in 8-1. And meanwhile, our fire crew is just catching up here. All right, so let's take a look. Spiker is currently in the lead by a couple of frame rolls. Oh, Spiker does not get the pipe jump, so now Kosmic just catches up to him. Going for the pipe jumps here. Going to get the 2 Koopa Stomp to get the despawn on the Goomba at the end there. Now Kosmic's pulling slightly ahead. Going to see if they got the first pixel on the star block there. Spiker's going to take it a little safe. I don't blame him for that. The Kosmic is looking pretty good here. Gonna see this finish on this one. Oh. Like Spiker just had to slow down just a little bit to probably avoid fireworks there. And meanwhile, we have our fire crew just catching up. Oh, that's a beautiful color palette for a moment there. All right, 8-2. There's a couple of things that we got to watch out for. We got the piranha plant that's coming up in the center of the level here. All right. Kosmic's going to just get over the piranha plant. Very nicely done. Spiker is not that far from behind. Oh, no! Kosmic taking a death in 8-2, so now the lead goes to Spiker. That was very unfortunate. Probably the Koopa was in a very weird spot that he couldn't quite get past that. So now Kosmic has to redo 8-2 again. Now Spiker is currently in the lead. And based on the time or on the standings there, we got Jeremy in second, Mars in third, Maximum in fourth, Stewie in fifth, and then Leendore is in sixth, and then Kosmic is got to play some catch up here. Gonna see Spiker just wait a little bit there just to avoid the fireworks. Heading into 8-4. All right, everybody heading into 8-4 currently. Kosmic and Leendore are just about halfway through 8-3. All right, so now we're heading into the wall jump room in 8-4. Let's see how Spiker does it here. He's going to go for the 2-frame setup. And he gets it. Very nice. Now we're going into the turnaround room. So gets the turnaround. Very good. Now heading into the water section. Just got to be careful of the fire bars here. And also try to avoid just walking on the ground at all. You do lose frames when you're on the ground. So this looks like a pretty solid water section for Spiker, except for the pipe exit, but that's okay. Gonna see what he does on Bowser here. He's gonna wait on the Podoboo. It's totally fine. And he's gonna wait on Bowser as well. Bowser's not being very kind to him at the moment. But he does finish. Spiker with the finish of 505.8, followed by Mars with a 507.1, Maximum with a 507.3, Jeremy with a 509.7, Stewie with a 515.5, and Leendore takes a death on the fire bar in the water room. That is a game over for Leendore, unfortunately. So Kosmic is in the final room here. He's going to be waiting on the Podoboo. And gets past Bowser, and there we go. That is a 535.4 for Kosmic. The GG's to all the runners here. Okay, hey, it's me just one more time just to remind you all to head on over to RetroTournaments.org/support. Your contributions to these events is what makes them happen. So head on over there and click the button and, you know, contribute to the prize pool and also covering the expenses of these events so that we can make sure that next year is even better. All right, that's RetroTournaments.org/support. And now I'm going to hand it over to my good friend Sully, who's going to commentate race 9 for you.
3, 2, 1, go, 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 go. And we're off. All right.
So we got a few people going for fire here, a few small Marios, and a little bog from IBall. All right, Kosmic and GTAce, MightyGiantDad take the lead.
Who else? He said that it will get by.
And the difference between strategies is very important to note because Fire Mario gives you an extra net of safety, but it loses about 7 seconds. So it's really just a gamble between the chance of losing 50 seconds or losing 8 seconds guaranteed to not lose that 50 seconds. Potential 50 seconds in some levels. GTAce and Kosmic right behind each other, tail to tail. MightyGiantDad, two behind, 2 frame rules behind. It's just battle of the small Marios right now. And so, you know, all these guys know their patterns. They know exactly what's going to happen for every set of enemies. They know exactly how to handle it as long as they stay on a specific pace. So there's no worrying about Hammer Bros or Bowser patterns for some of these guys, even if they route it that far. All right, we're in 4-2. All right, let's see who does. All right, they're both doing the regular 3-bump strategy, it seems. The elevator bump can be a little tricky sometimes because if you miss that A press, you can fall into the pit and die, and that'll lose about 15, 20 seconds. TMGD still close behind Kosmic and GTAce. A little bit of a different warp zone strategy there, but, you know, it gives the same results. However, judges might be a bit different here. And judges are dependent on the power-up cycle. It's a bunch of complicated stuff, but just know that there is a 1 in 4 chance of losing the frame rule in 8-1 if you don't hit the star block on the first pixel, which it seems MightyGiantDad has done. Oh, Kosmic fell on mid-boy. Ah, it's so easy to just short that because you need to have a full jump to the Piranha Plant, unlike some plant jumps where you have to do an A release. You have to do a full jump, and then right after releasing the full jump, you have to do an A press. It can be a little tricky sometimes. Sometimes you might jump too early or release A too soon. Snowet's between GTAce and MightyGiantDad. Still a really good chance for the Fire Mario players. Mars are 2 SuperSonic, completely tied with each other. All right, GTA's playing a bit safe there. Same with MightyGiantDad. We're gonna slow down there. Okay, gotta take it really safe. All right. Now that could have quite the effect on the enemy patterns. So we're gonna see how the Hammer Bros are gonna treat this guy. MightyGiantDad, pretty sure a lot of his slowdowns have been intentional so that he can land on a specific route that he has pre-memorized so that he can get the exact Bowser patterns he wants. All right, GTA's, careful for the third Hammer Bro. Ooh. All right, they both cleared it. Oh, GTA's, oh! They both mess up the slowdown a little bit. All right, this is a really close match. Anything can happen. All right. 2-frame wall jump. All right, GTA's is doing 2-frame. They're both doing 2-frame. Oh, GTA's misses it! They pulled MightyGiantDad ahead! Mars are 2 SuperSonic. SuperSonic missed it too! MightyGiantDad taking the lead. Alright, water section. This has proved to be difficult for some people here. Should be pretty simple. MightyGiantDad clears it. Bowser, please. MightyGiantDad takes the victory!
501.5. GTAce, Mars 2 Supersonic. Scalpel. Kosmic and IBall trailing behind a little bit. Great run. Great performance from MightyGiantDad. Kosmic finishing things up here. All right, he will play things safe here. No need to wait. No need to go risky here. Good finish from Kosmic. 535. Really close run here. Mere seconds separating these two. IBall's gonna take it really safe here. See if he has enough time to pass. He should have enough time. All right, he's gonna do. Oh, he's gonna go for one frame. Doesn't really matter anymore what he does. Oh, he got a pixel. Now, you don't actually hit the pixel every time. If you don't have like a setup, you won't hit the pixel every time. So not only do you have to jump on the pixel, you actually have to have the right sub-pixels to land on the wall jump pixel properly. All right, IBall will try to finish things up here. Let's see. It doesn't really matter what happens, but... All right, come on, Bowser, be nice. Yep, he's just going to play it safe. 637 for IBall. Great performance. Fantastic.
Alrighty, hello everyone. I'm Maximum, and I'm going to be commentating race 10 here. So, very excited to see how this one ends up going. We definitely have a very stacked heat right here. We have IBall 1 coming in here from who just finished up his qualifier for CTWC, and he's currently sitting at the 2 seed right now. So it's kind of insane how he just did that. He did the second best qualifier in Tetris, and now is just coming over to participate in the Mario event as well. So it's definitely cool to see that. Alrighty, and we are off here. So we're definitely going to see, it looks like most people are actually doing Small Mario here, which has been a little bit atypical of most of the races. I think mostly people have stuck with Fire Mario, which I honestly wasn't really expecting. There was a change to the point system this time around to where it's more like Mario Kart, if you've ever played that, where I think first gets, 10 points, second gets 8, third gets 6, and then after that, it's only 1 less point per position. I'm pretty sure it's something along those lines. So you are incentivized to get, take some risk to try to get one of those top 2 spots for sure. And we can definitely see a lot of people have decided to take that risk and do Small Mario. Oh, unfortunately, Spiker taking a death there at the difficult jump there in 1-2, and Nebula dying on one of the pipe jumps. So that just leaves Kosmic and Niftski kind of neck and neck here. I believe they should both be exiting here on the same frame rule, going into 4-1 here. So I know Niftski, I believe, has gotten at least sub 5 on all of his races so far. If not that, then 458s. So yeah, definitely the runner who is in the lead right now. So he's definitely the one to beat. But yeah, we got 3 more races after this one, so you still got some more content to get through there. Yeah, both Kosmic and Niftski easily able to beat 401. Well known as the easiest level in the game, at least from a speedrunning standpoint. And now we have some of these Fire Mario players coming in here, and we'll see the 2 different 4-2 strats here. The Small Marios from Kosmic and Niftski, and IBall as well, actually. And we'll see how that goes. All right, Kosmic and Niftski both looking good here. Those both look like good wrong warps for sure. We're able to scroll the screen far enough to, confuse the game to send them to the wrong screen after warping there. So they both enter 8-1 neck and neck. And we got IBall just a hair ahead of Sullyrox here, but we'll see if he's able to keep it that way. Definitely 8-1 is a lot more perilous for Small Mario than it is for Fire Mario. I mean, if you get hit once, you are losing, a ton of time. Whereas with Fire Mario, you just lose your power up, and you don't have to do you don't have to do the pipe jumps. Rather, when you're Fire Mario, you can actually just kill the plants with the fireballs. So yeah, Kosmic and Niftski both looking good here. I believe IBall is still alive as well. Oh, I don't believe he is actually. I can see Sullyrox there in the back, just a little bit behind. But yeah, Kosmic and Niftski both able to get through 8-1 without getting hit, thankfully. And okay, it looks like IBall was taking 8-1 a little bit safe, so that's why he fell a bit behind Sullyrox here. But he's still in good shape for sure, definitely on a good pace. But yeah, Kosmic and Niftski both on 458 pace right here. Quite a bit ahead of the rest of the pack, and they're both getting the... Oh! Never mind, Niftski gets Bland Jump, but Kosmic does not, so that's going to create a pretty big separation here between the two. Niftski can kind of just take it safe here if he wants to, but he probably won't be slowing down for Bowser because he essentially knows what pattern he's going to get based on a variety of factors, including how he plays the level, where Bowser's fireball shoots as well. So he's also going to know exactly how the Hammer Bros here in 8-3 are going to react. So really no danger here whatsoever for him. And he might have gotten set up for flagpole glitch there. I'm not 100% sure. Nah, he's just taking it safe. But yeah, maybe we'll see a flagpole glitch at some point in one of these races. It doesn't make much sense to go for usually just because of the risk versus reward, but it would be cool to see. Alrighty, so we got Niftski in 8-4 here. Definitely going to be focusing on him the most. He's going to be doing 2-frame wall jump setup, which is where you walk off the pipe and do a jump on the ground afterwards, and you get 2 frames to make this wall jump, which he does, and he turns around as well to save a little bit more time. Alright, so doing turnaround here. That looks like a pretty decent stop. So, not that it really matters given how far he is ahead. Unfortunately, it looks like Kosmic may have taken a death since he is quite a bit behind now, unfortunately. So that leaves Sullyrox in second, actually, one of the Fire Mario players. Oh, Niftski bonking in water, so he might take Bowser safe here. We'll see. Yes, he's going to wait for the Potaboo, do a fast excel. And, oh shoot, he's going to have to dodge this fireball maybe. There he goes, 502 from Niftski. Huge congrats. And Sully finishing with a 505. That's a very good time for Fire Mario. And then we have Spiker coming up here. I assume he'll wait for the Potaboo. And he does. And he's going to wait for Bowser as well. Perfect. Well done from Spiker. And we have Kosmic coming in. It looks like he got a safety shroom just to, just in case he gets hit here by something. So he's just going to go through the Potaboo, and then he can just go through Bowser without having to worry. There you go, 531 from Kosmic. And now we have Scrim here entering the final room in 8-4. All right. Oh, he doesn't wait, and he gets a forward Bowser. Very lucky there from Scrim. All right. Now we have Nebula coming up, and then IBall after him. All right, Nebula gets a forward Bowser as well. And then IBall, challenging Bowser, but unfortunately dies. Unfortunate. And that's going to conclude race 10 there. Definitely a pretty interesting one for sure. But Niftski again taking the top spot, showing why he is the player who currently has the world record. So...
All right, welcome back, everyone. We're on race number 11. Let's see, we got quite a few skilled players on this one. Let's hopefully everyone started on time. All right, let's go. Let's see, we got, just as before, several people doing fire. We got Niftski, IBall, and Dylan Linder doing all small Mario. It seems like it's worked for all of them in the past, especially Niftski. But you can't help to do fire. Fire is always good. It'll definitely save you if you take damage. And shooting piranha plants out of the way is definitely something you want as well. Because you can't hurt to have safety. All right, everyone's going into 1-2. Nothing too bad so far. IBall bottom route. Oh, Dylan Linder Looks like he missed his A press and died to the first Goomba. Little replay right there. It's tragic. We've all been there. All right, we got the top 3 all tied. Caught the same bus. And we got, looks like Mars and Vinz continuing just a little bit behind Fire Mario. And no one, just being himself. It's all good. I still have yet to see anyone do the flagpole glitch in this, but it is just the qualifiers. Not necessary at all. If you want to be swag, you can be swag.
Which I got about 5. Yep.
All right, entering 4-2. Let's see. I've definitely messed up 4-2 a lot today in my qualifiers, but these guys are pros. They actually know how to do it on console. Nebula took a forward bump on accident. Looks like he's playing it safe by taking an extra bump, and everyone got the wrong warp that I can see. Let's see if... Oh, was that Mars? Yeah, Mars shorted it a little bit, but wrong warp will still work if that happens. All right, let's take a look. Niftski always doing the back pipe jump. It works for him, so hey, that's all good. Oh! IBall missing the middle pipe jump. Playing a little replay right here. So Niftski takes the lead, no longer tied. And it looks like it might just be the same old game for Niftski. He's going to be doing everything he does. I think he's on 4:58 pace. He should be, mid-58 pace. And Vinz and Mars coming in. Still have Fire Mario. Niftski enters 8-2. I think on frame roll 528, he knows exactly what he's doing here. Niftski gets blanked. Oh! Niftski bops the middle Koopa, and because of that, he loses his momentum. Nebula's taking the lead now. I maybe shouldn't have said anything. All right, this is not something I was expecting. Everyone's got to lock in now. Oh, Dylan Linder dying to the Koopa at the end of 8-2. That Koopa can be so tricky sometimes. You never know what it's going to do. So sometimes you just got to play it safe. But I don't blame Dylan. No one dying in 8-2. No. Nebula taking the end of 8-3 safe. Don't blame him. I died there in my last race. Definitely not my greatest performance. And it looks like Mars and Vinz are entering 8-4, still with Fire Mario, so it gives them a pretty good advantage, especially if Nebula dies, because then they'll have an extra hit if they need to be there. Nebula going for 2-frame. Easy peasy for Nebula. Mars getting the wall jump. And looks like Linder DNF'd. All right, Nebula entering last room. He's probably going to take it safe just because he's got a pretty good lead. Challenges the Potaboo. Oh! I spoke too soon. He got an impossible Bowser, and Mars takes the game with a 504. And it looks like Vinz, I think, got Lotoboo. But yeah, just like I said, the two people that did Fire Mario got one at first and second. Just like I said, in case that happens. GG to Mars. Clutch race right there. Looks like we got Niftski going into last room. Let's see if he takes it safe. Gets forward Bowser. Third place Niftski. Nebula now in the water section. That really was tragic. That Bowser was impossible for sure. Maybe he could have jumped early. It was not possible. My bad, Nebula just corrected me. There we go, Nebula 4th. Still got a sub 6. IBall coming in hot. Let's see what happens. Oh, Bowser being a troll. No! Now that is the troll Bowser that we all hate. It'll always shoot off a fireball. And sometimes it can go up and down, and that time I chose to go down. That is like the worst Bowser pattern if you're trying to wait. So IBall can still finish without DNFing, I believe. It's going to be kind of close, though. Gets wall jump. I can see IBall right now. He's got his face locked in. He's ready to not DNF. He's probably going to have to challenge everything, though. All right, let's see. Let's pray that everything works out. Yep. And... oh, nope. He played fine. There you go. 2 seconds away from DNFing, but GG IBall. And Dylan Leendore and No One just finish off. All right, that was a great race. We had a nice turn of events, everyone. Good job, and GG's to all the racers.
All right, race number 12, everyone. It is me, Niftski, doing comms. Second to last race. Let's see how these runners do today. Everyone's been doing pretty well today. A lot of talent in this room, a lot of talented runners. We'll see a mix. Most likely see a mix of Fire Mario and Small Mario strats here. As we can see, yep, at least 3 of the runners there grabbing the mushroom. And it looks like GTAce, MyGiantDad, and IBall and Leendore are doing small right now. So the benefit of Small Mario is that obviously, you know, you don't have to wait on grabbing the mushroom. It's a lot faster, but it's a double-edged sword because you also have the risk of, you know, if you hit one enemy, you're dead. So it's a lot less forgiving, but it gives more bang for your buck, basically. So it is riskier, but it is faster. So GTAce and Leendore are tied now. IBall a little behind. And MyGiantDad in 4th. And we see the Fire Mario runners now as they grabbed in the beginning of 1-2. Got a Lakitu murderer, GTAce. Man. Absolutely slaughtering that Lakitu there. Making their way through 4-1. Very easy level. We'll see if anyone decides to go for FPG here. Any FPGers? No, not for the Small Mario crew. And not for the Fire. So, it is a hard trick, and if you miss it, you know, you obviously lose time, won't maintain your lead, so. Very valid for the runners to not go for FPG there. Now we have 4-2, the most detrimental level to fail here, so. Want to see all wrong warps. Oh, Leendore misses a bump. He's got to do a backup, and I think he gets it. Yes, very well done. And something. What happened to IBall? He might have. Oh, the IBall taking a death, unfortunately. Yeah, it's that plant. That plant is tricky. It gets a lot of people. It looks easy to jump over, but it's actually tight there. As you can see by the replay. Unfortunate death there, but Leendore in the lead right now. With MyGiantDad and GTAce. Close second and third. All runners clearing past what we call mid-boy there, which is the middle pipe jump. And very well done. Very well done by those 3. Jeremy in the lead of the
Fire Mario pack. Dylan Linder, I believe, is on sub 5 pace. I might be able to tell by his Hammer Bro patterns or these Bill patterns. It does look like he might be on 458 pace. Very good. Oh, man! And the last Koopa in the level lands on his head. That's a tricky one because for the last Koopa of 8-2, you have to kind of react to what he's going to do. So he'll give you like 3 outcomes. He'll either be really high and you go under. He'll either die to the pit and you just jump to the top, or he'll give you a middle pattern to where you have to bop him and then land on a stair. And there, I think he got the middle pattern, but might have interpreted it for the high pattern and tried to go under, but he was too low and it squashed him. Very unfortunate. The GTAce in the lead now. The TheMightyGiantDad is closely behind in second. Jeremy, once again, maintaining his lead throughout the Fire Mario pack here. Oh, it looks like they're tied now. I think GTAce might have lost a frame roll there. Oh, fireworks. Okay. So they are tied to the frame here. Oh, he's doing 1 frame. Beautiful. Gets 1 frame wall jump. So now GTAce in the lead. Looked like a pretty good turnaround. All right. So I believe this is low 50x pace. Maybe like 501. I know the TheMightyGiantDad is doing 501 strats for, I think, most of his races. So let's see. Last room. Oh, TheMightyGiantDad rushing and getting first place. And GTAce taking the second. Absolutely fair for him to wait on Podoboo. That's a very easy run killer there. So the TheMightyGiantDad, I believe, just knew his pace. He got a 501.5, so I believe he's going for that every race. And now we have IBall making his way through 8-3. I believe he can finish before the time cutoff, which is 7 minutes here. He's going to be cutting it close. So if you want a frame of reference, if it's 6, so 8-4 generally with 2 frame and rushing last room takes 45 seconds. And 553 plus 45, he would be about 6-4x pace. So he can afford to mess up a little bit and wait and still make... Oh, he gets 1 frame wall jump. Very nice. Very nice. So he has about 10 seconds to spare here. He can still qualify without DNFing. See if he will. He makes his way through water. Bonks exit just a little bit, but just a minor time loss. Let's see. And very nice last room. Perfect last room. It looks like my math was a little bit off. He actually had about 20 plus seconds to spare, not 10 plus. And last race coming up, and Kosmic will be on the comms. I'll catch you guys on the other side.
Three, 2, 1, go. All right, we're on. All right, so we got 5 people doing fire strats in this race. More safe, especially in a race. Definitely good to do. If you get hit by anything, you got a life, even though it takes off a couple seconds.
Do you want to switch them and watch fire and have Nebula small? Up to you.
No, that's fine. That's good. All right, so we got IBall and Nebula tied in the lead with SuperSonic, Bitlord, and Vinz tied. IBall dying to the pipe jumps. Unfortunate. He's only back probably like 15 seconds from that. Not the worst death to have, but not a good one. No death is good. We have Nebula getting the clean rule. And we're in 4-1. 4-1's a nice little walk in the park. It's a good time to get a break. You're just running through, jumping. Nothing really serious to worry about. And we're out of that. Good time, take a breather. And then we got 8-Bit Lord Max, Stewie, and Vince following shortly behind. SuperSonic now. We got 4-2. 4-2, so for the race we do 3 bump usually. To do the wrong warp. For this strat, it's not the hardest thing, but it's easy to mess up. You just gotta stay focused. You got a clean entry. Not falling behind of the frame rule he's going for. He's going strong. A1. Nothing really crazy. It's just a lot of movement. Again, very easy to mess up. But if you're on fire, you're on fire. You're doing it. And Nebula seems to be doing it very well. Again, we got 8-Bit Lord in second, Max in third. Then we got Stewie and Vinz. And then Nebula gets to 8-1 clean. Not untouched. Untouched. Love to see it. So as we can see, Fire Strats is working very well for almost everybody that's running right now. 8-2. I was having a little bit of trouble in 8-2. This ain't about me, you know. We got Blant. That's done. It's only really hard part. The nice little Koopa dropping in the pit and not an obstacle. And then now we're into 8-3. Usually very trivial. If you're on the right frame rule, you know it's coming. When you know what's coming, it's like 4-1, nothing to worry about. But when you're on a random frame rule, anything can happen. He's on a good pace right now. He's on mid 458 pace, if I'm not mistaken. That's the optimal time for his strats he's going for. And he hasn't fell behind at all. And we're in A4 just like that, baby. Very solid race. Nothing too devastating. See this wall jump? Will he hit it? Oh no, he doesn't. He's still in the lead though, so it's no big issue as long as he makes it through. That just makes it hard for him to predict what Bowser's coming up. He might take it safe because he has the time to take it safe, but not much. He needs to figure that out. Let's see what he decided. All right, good pot. Oh, he's taking it safe. Let's see. Nice Bowser. Nebula finishes with a 501.6. Max hit by Bowser. 507 flat, 508.5. A tie between Vinz and Bitlord. SuperSonic following right after. Been having great races all day. Oh, fast excel from IBall. I don't know if that saved any time. All right, let's see. He's pushing it. He's pushing it. Nice. IBall with the 551.7. And that's the race. Stewie. Oh, and he shorted turnaround. So it's kind of like a wrong warp. If you don't scroll far enough, you get sent back to where the pipe is supposed to send you. Back to the beginning. Misses wall jump, back to turnaround. Will he get it this time? He scrolled it. There we go. All right. Into Bowser. Let's see it. Hey, he pushed it. Got a 651. Good job, guys. Great race. And then passing it over.
All right, hey everyone, it's Flighty Divinity again. I just want to remind everyone one last time. Well, actually, it's not the last time. You're not going to get rid of me that easily. Head on over to retrotournaments.org/support to support this event, contribute towards the prize pool, and make sure that we do this again next year, bigger and better. So thank you to everyone who's tuned in so far. Let me tell you what's going to happen, and we'll be back with Warpless in just a few minutes. All right, later. 3, 2, 1.
There we go. All right. And no false starts. There we go. All right. So as I said, we'll be playing all 32 levels in the game. Hopefully no shenanigans will happen. And very nice 1-1 from Kosmic. And it'll be interesting to see what strats people will do. Some people will do, looks like most people are doing 1-1, 1-2 grabs. And I think Kosmic is probably going to do the standard 1-3, 1-4. And I'm sad no one's doing small fire. That's the best strat in the game. Come on. Am I the only one who does that? Alright. Got 1-2 coming up on Kosmic's side. Let's see how it goes. Very nice. And looks like everyone else is doing... Yeah, oh, a little mishap there on those pipe jumps, though. Those can get you. Yeah, and as I expected, almost everyone else is doing 1-2 fire. So as long as they don't slow down at any spots, then they will know what patterns they're going to get in 1-4 in almost every castle level. For those who don't know, SMB1 operates on a frame roll system where if you're within a 21 frame window on every level, you can practically know what's going to happen every single time. So as long as they don't take damage, then yes, they will know exactly what to do. Alright, and looks like GTAce is in the lead, the first one to go into 1-4. Very nice. Alright. And it looks like, yeah. Are we good? Alright. Alright, it looks like now Jeremy's slightly in the lead. Very nice Bowser kills. Alright. And it looks like Jeremy and Nebula are tied to the frame. Alright. Got 2-1. Next level will be everyone's favorite water level. Hopefully not my favorite personally, but... Alright, very nice strats from... Looks like three-way tie between GTAce, Jeremy, and Nebula. Alright, no mishaps on the spring, and very nice. One thing they'll want to avoid in every level, except for the castle levels, is they do not want to end with a 3 or 6 on the timer, as that will give fireworks and that wastes time. If you end the level with 1 firework, you should be fine. You're not going to lose any time from that. Alright, see how everyone handles the water section. Very nice. No one got hit. Oh. Commentator's curse. As soon as I said that, someone got hit. Whoever that was that got hit, I'm sorry. Looks like GTAce and Jeremy are still tied. Looks like it was Nebula that got hit. Oh, he can recover. He'll be fine. All right. Next up, we got 2-3, which will have some flying cheeps. Later on in the game, some levels might look familiar. Not sure what Nintendo was thinking, rehashing old levels later in the game, but I digress. All right, no bad cheeps so far. Hopefully I don't commentate or curse someone for a second time. And I don't think I did. Very nice. Looks like Nebula was attempting a flagpole glitch there. I couldn't tell. And alright, see how they handle the castle. No one missed a duck jump. Very nice. And good Bowsers. Oh. Commentator cursed again. Looks like it was Mars this time. Wow. That's 2 commentary curses so far. Alright, looks like GTAce is about a frame roll ahead of Jeremy as they enter World 3. And okay, no one gets hit on the stairs. Very nice. Alright, now coming up in 3-2, there will be a strat near the end of the level that was discovered by runner Goofy Chocobo, where if you mash fire to the rhythm of the music at one point, you will despawn a Goomba every single time. And it works no matter what frame roll you're on. It should be right about here. So now the last Goomba will despawn. Very nice. Alright, it looks like Jeremy and SuperSonic are about a frame roll behind. Oh, no, something happened. Must have missed that. Alright. Very nice through the platform there in 3-3. And will we see any flagpole glitches from anybody? No. Alright. At 3-4 is probably one of the first, what I would call difficult castle levels. Depending on what the Potobos do, it can be a little tricky. But almost every time you should be able to go over that, you should be able to full jump over that first one. No problems. It's usually this little corridor right here where there's problems. And that's my 3rd commentary curse. Wow. Alright, looks like GTAce is still in the lead, but looks like about a 3 or 4-ish second lead, and he killed Lakitu. What a murder. How dare he? I would never do that. Well, SMB3 I might, but not SMB1. Sorry, Flibbity. Alright. Easiest level in the game from GTAce, 4-1. Now, hopefully no one takes the wrong warp here. That would not be good. I don't think they will. Alright. Will we see any difference between top route and bottom route? From these runners, I do not believe so. Alright. Bottom route, best route. Thank you. Very nice 4-2. Very nice. Alright, now coming up in 4-3, there's a particular frame roll at the end of the level called, some people call it sky boot, sky butt, whatever. There's a particular jump at the very end of the level, and I'm not exactly sure what determines Mario's speed when coming off the flagpole there, but if you're fast enough, you'll save an extra frame roll. And I think GTAce got it, I can't quite tell. Looks like he did. Alright, now we got 4-4, probably every runner's least favorite castle in the game. Simply because Bowser can do whatever he wants. He's very unpredictable in this one. Surprised no one went for the clip there in 4-4. Alright, is Bowser going to be nice here? Oh, he was not. Alright. Anyone else? No? Alright, very nice from Jeremy. Very nice from Mars. Alright, now on to 5-1. And for whatever reason, this is the only -1 level in the game besides 1-1 that starts with a small castle instead of the big castle. Everything else started with the giant castle. I don't know if that was a mishap on Nintendo's part or if that was intentional. Oh well. Very nice 5-1. One of the harder levels in the game just simply because there's no power-ups anywhere other than a star. But for a speedrun, that's not really useful. And no bullet to the face at the beginning of 5-2. Oh. I was a little worried there. That hammer bro can be quite tricky at the beginning of 5-2. Alright. Still. Oh. Wow, that was very close. Oh. Very nice fire grab from GTAce. And looks like with that, Jeremy took the lead, yeah. I think that's the first lead change of the race. Alright. Now coming up, this next level might look familiar. It is 1-3, but we now got bullet bills spammed all over the place. And you gotta be careful there, because if you don't stop that particular Goomba that Jeremy just did, the platform will despawn and you cannot beat the level. Very nice. Alright, now in 5-4, I would think, since we don't know what frame rolls we're on, I would suspect people are going to do royal good bars, like right there. So if you stop... Oh! I'm not sure what happened there. Usually what's supposed to happen is if you stop at that power-up block, and then wait until 292 on the timer, you should get good fire bars every single time. I'm not sure what happened there on Jeremy's side. Alright. Looks like Bowser was nice for everyone else. Now, this is going to be tough for Jeremy, because the power-up regrabs here are not exactly in good spots. Alright. Very nice. I did not see any Lakitu murders here, so hopefully nobody got him. Alright. 6-2. Definitely one of the more tricky levels, especially if you don't have power-ups. The pipe jumps can be quite difficult, but with fire, they're almost trivial. Very nice double snipe. Very nice. Now he's gonna have to slow down here a little bit, because if you don't slow down at all on these stairs, you will end with a 3 on the timer, which gets fireworks and loses time. And we do not want that. Now 6-3. They will also have to do a little bit similar strategy where they have to slow down a little bit. Because if you play the level perfectly without slowing down at all, you will actually end with a 6 on the timer. And that is not good. Alright, that should be enough for a 5. And it is. Alright. Now we will see another rehashed level coming up in just a second. This looks like 1-4, but with more potobos and with more fire bars. Very nice from GTAce. And now Bowser starts throwing hammers. Alright. And all the future Bowsers through the rest of the game will just throw hammers, and except for 8-4 where he will throw fire, or he'll throw hammers and shoot fire. Hopefully no one will have any problems with those. Alright, 7-1. If we were playing a different game right now, 7-1 would be a pivotal point in a run, but we are not. Very nice. And looks like everyone got out. Alright, now the next two levels here will be rehashed from World 2. This is now 2-2 with just more enemies spammed all over the place. We love that, right? And this... Oh. That means fine. He's fine. He's got it. And... Very nice kill from GTAce. Now he's got to be careful here, because there could be a blooper at the very end. Oh. Yep. And he should be... Oh, nope, not chancing it. I wouldn't have either. If you're just barely too slow, then odds are that blooper is going to get you almost every time. Alright, now 7-3 is really 2-3, but now with Koopas added in. And you should be able to predict what the Cheeps are going to do almost every time. Hopefully no shenanigans from the Cheeps. Looking good so far. Very nice. Alright. Second to last castle level of the game, and then we are... Or last castle level, and then we are into World 8. Alright, 7-4. Now there is a maze here. They have to go a specific path or else they cannot complete. And it is... Oh. Very nice. Alright. Now will Bowser behave here? Alright, a little bit of a slowdown there, but it's fine. Alright, World 8. Now as a little different from earlier, everyone should have fire for World 8, which makes it not quite trivial, but much more easier than any percent. Alright, double stomp there. Very nice. Despawned a Goomba. You still have to hit the first, or hit the star block. And a little bit more different pipe jumps. And as long as he doesn't slow down, he should still get a good frame roll here. And he's got it. Not quite sure what pace he's on, but it should still be a sub 20. Alright, 8-2. Will we see any bullet bill glitches from anybody if they even get a setup for it? I would think at least one person is going to go for it if they can. Alright. And it looks like GTAce was not doing the blant jump, which I don't really blame him for. I tried it myself a couple times earlier and it did not work. Oh, it looks... What was it? It looks like Jeremy tried to do a bullet bill glitch and couldn't tell if that was an early or late jump. Alright. Oh! And looks like GTA's got a bad bullet bill at the beginning. Now he will have to hope these hammer bros are nice. Well, he's not stopping for a power. Oh, almost got him there. Oh boy. Oh, wow. How did he get out of that? Alright. Looks like Mars 02 is right on his heels, so we got an interesting race here. Alright, 8-4 time. Now, will GTAce challenge Bowser since he doesn't have any power-ups? Personally, since I'm a crazy runner, I don't know if he's going to. Alright, very nice turnaround room. Alright. Final hurdle. We have the water section. Alright, nice bars. Alright, it's up to the Hammer Bro and Bowser now. Very nice. Oh, and Mars steals the win. Very nice. GG's to Mars. Oh, looks like SuperSonic got a Lodabow. And GG's to SuperSonic and Kosmic. And looks like Jeremy will be done in just a moment. Now will Jeremy challenge Bowser? He does not. Very nice. Alright. Nebula. Just about to... Oh. Looks like he was trying to do the death and axe animation there. Alright. Very nice run from everyone.
Here we go. So a lot of these people are probably going to be grabbing a mushroom just to get up to Big Mario to make their lives a little bit easier here, make it a little less risky. I'm here for all the people out there who don't really know what's going on in this race. All of the supportive parents and family members at home, you are seen. And if you are sad at all that you are not with us here in beautiful California, just know that this room is so cold. It is not warm in here. We're not enjoying the warm weather. It is so cold in here. So all of those people who grabbed the mushroom are a little bit behind, and they're going to be grabbing that fire flower here, which gives you shooting powers. Yeah.
It's important to mention, I expect that we're going to see Drubsy and we are going to see Spiker both do small fire. So they're going to grab the power up in 1-3 and do a glitch. And you can take that one away if you get to it.
Thank you. So, some of those people you saw, like, yeah, they're grabbing that mushroom now. Kosmic just grabbed that mushroom so that he can be a little bit more assured of his position there in first. Kosmic in first. Oh, some delay there, but everybody's still pretty close here. And then we've got some people falling behind back there. Kosmic grabbing that fire flower.
You think, like, you need now, but you... Drubsy is...
Oh, Drubsy, yeah. Got hit by Bowser there. So, by killing Bowser with Fire Flower there, they're actually saving time because they're not hitting the axe and having the bridge animation take up time. They're all clapping for us, if you can hear them. Kosmic out in front. Still relatively close race here.
Should be. This.
Here we go. Water level. Those squid things are called bloopers. Right? Yeah. And then the fish are called cheeps. Now, I'm convinced that this is because the creators let a 3-year-old name them. And that is about as advanced a vocabulary as they have. Smooth entrance there by Kosmic. Vin's right behind him. And then SuperSonic playing small. More cheeps, this time out of water. They can jump. They can fly. Yeah. Cheeps. Cheeps. Kosmic front-running this course very nicely here. The SuperSonic got the mushroom no longer running small. So you will see when Kosmic kills Bowser here, it's not actually Bowser. You'll see a fake enemy fall there. That one was a shell. You can kind of see it again here with Vinz. So, spoiler alert, the only real Bowser will be in 8-4, which is at the end, and you'll see a fake enemy in each Bowser before that.
Important to mention here too is looks like SuperSonic also did small fire glitch but in 2-4, so he's gonna have a little bit of a route change, it looks like.
Yeah.
And we'll see if he can emerge from 3-1 as small 8.
If you knew what that meant, congratulations. If not, there are a lot of people just like you. So, as we're getting into 3-2 here, each world has a different color palette, which you'll notice, which is interesting to me. But this one, obviously, you got a lot of dark colors happening. Some of the later levels, it'll be more orange instead of red. Yeah. Kosmic, Vinz. Pretty far ahead of the rest of the crew, but anything can happen.
The softy did it.
As we get into 4-2 here, sorry we might have lost you for a second, sorry about that. 4-2,
Change the commentator name.
what you can do is go up, actually, and run this as the top. Yeah, we have been StewieCartman this whole time, thank you. Yeah.
I'll start it up.
Yeah. Kosmic and Vinz still running strong here. Scrim has made up a little bit of time in the back there. No major heartbreaks yet towards the front.
We'll see what happens. This has been a really strong small fire race.
Yeah.
Only have 2 deep holding on to their bait fire. 8.
Yes.
Going into 4-.
Yeah. 4-4 is going to be a maze level, so you'll be able to see that in just a second. There we go. So you've got to know just the right patterns. He didn't clip through the wall there. I think if you know how to do a trick, you should do it because it looks cool. Stop being boring. This is the hardest Bowser kill in the game. Just because you can't really get a good angle on it until you get in there.
Sorry. I eat the was.
But, Hiki, there's, I have a super, the bars, so,
Nice and easy. Kosmic making it look really easy. I recently completed the game for the first time, and it took me about 3 months, so it is not that easy. The only complaint that people will have about this level is that in the beginning of it, there's a bullet bill launcher that is a little unpredictable and hard to combat if you happen to get a bad pattern. And 5-3 here, you will notice, is actually the same as 1-3, but there are also bullet bills in it, so we'll see that in just a second.
As Saturius Rishas, as he be body value deepage at boy.
As these players are going so fast, they actually have to kill enemies to make sure that some of the elevators will spawn in, just because of the limited capacity of the gameplay and the graphics that were made. So that second elevator that we just saw, that has the possibility of not spawning in if they do not kill enough characters, enough bad guys. 5-4 here is going to be the same as 2-4, another fake Bowser. This one is a Lockatoo. There it is. Now, those Lockatoos, actually, we're going to have a little bit of a controversial topic come up about them in 6-1 here in a second. Some people will kill that Lockatoo. Oh, just like Kosmic killed that Lockatoo. The thing about that is it changes nothing. It does not make it faster, so it's just murder if you do it. Some people choose murder. Yeah, it actually doesn't change anything about the game. 6-2 here is one of Jeremy's favorite levels. As we will see, just real easy going. Another darker level. Kosmic doing a really good job of holding on to that lead and staying consistent. towards the end here, some players will do that slow down on the stairs for fireworks. So if you touch the pole on a certain time, yeah, you can get fireworks in the game, which I think is cooler than not having fireworks, but it actually slows you down because the graphic takes time. I think it's worth it. 6-3 here is a really hard level, very difficult to get through. You gotta just kind of keep going and power through it. Looks like Vinz dropped down a little bit there, with Spiker coming up in second. Kosmic still has about a 17-second lead on him, going into 6-4. 6-4 is the same but 1-4, but a little bit harder with some more enemies. And the fake Bowser here is going to be a squid or a blooper. There he is, Kosmic coming in strong there. Here comes Spiker right behind him. Setting up for small fire. Perhaps. There's...
Well, he was big and then became small, but that's what happened, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's in that small fire state, but he got hit. So he has to re-grab his fire, but he's still in that state. So all he has to do is re-grab that.
Yeah.
I'll be right back where he is.
7-1, it's really good to be big in that level with fire just because there are so many enemies that you need to be able to shoot. Spiker... He missed the fire flower there, so he will be stuck as small Mario for now.
I'm not sure if you could get that as small Mario.
Well, here's 7-2, which is the same as 2-2. And if you shoot certain bloops and cheeps, it gets easier. You can get easier fish later in the level. So the ones that they are shooting are not random. They're actually trying to make their lives easier later as they try to enter the pipe.
Kosmic takes an unfortunate hit at the end of 7-2. Hey guys, I am JeremyMKW. I'm back on comms here. Let's give a round of applause to Claire. Claire watched me do some practice. I gave her some notes. She wrote them down on her phone, and I think killed it on commentary, personally.
Hi, Mom.
But anyway, Kosmic takes a tough hit there in 7-2. That's going to be hard to recover from. That's one of my least favorite places to get hit because there's not many great places to come back, and recovering that in 7-3 is really tough. You have to get great patterns, and he got it. So we'll see if he re-grabs fire in 8-2 or just keeps his extra hit. Still, though, he has a solid head ahead of Vinz. 27 seconds. Down to 23. Now, 7-4 is actually a maze level. There's a certain path that you have to take through the level in order to progress. So the paths that they're taking are very much planned out, very much intended from Nintendo. And Bowser there went forward. So Bowser can do one of three things. Either go backward, go forward, or what we call a turn. So he basically goes back and then forward again. There he got a forward Bowser. What's nice about that is that it means he can run underneath Bowser and not worry about anything killing him. Looks like he's just going to safe out 7-4. As Vinz finishes out 7-4. Sorry, 8-1. It's going to safe out 8-1. No pipe jumps. Don't do them if you don't need them, right? Definitely a commanding lead over the rest of the pack. Now, fun fact, and a lot of you might not actually know this, but in Warpless, this idea of judges, which can kill potentially a quarter of your runs, right? If you're familiar with any percent, essentially it's this idea that depending on how you play the level, sometimes, depending on certain values, and I'm not going to get super into it because it gets really complicated, but you can actually lose a frame roll just because the game wants you to, essentially. In Warpless, that is not a factor, so you cannot get bad judges. No matter what you do, as long as you play the level, you hit the star block, you're going to save time. Kosmic finishing out 8-2. See if he can make it through 8-3. Oh, takes a hit. But luckily, there's a mushroom right there. So he actually did not grab a power-up in 8-2, which could have given him fire. You know, everyone has their different strats. Kosmic is kind of famous for doing small-only Warpless for many, many years and sort of pioneering it into what it eventually became before we all began doing fire strats. So he knows this game like the back of his hand and can play it small if he has to. Coming up on the wall jump here. Beautiful. Fast excel. Okay. Showing off a little bit. May as well, right? You've got time to burn. And on to Bowser. Here he can take a hit. It's his race to lose. And there it is. 19-26. Kosmic takes first place. The Vinz just behind entering water right now. Now, one thing you may notice is that Mario only has the bottom of his hitbox, right? The top part of it is going through fire bars. That's actually a glitch in the game. So if you duck and then swim in any water level as Big Mario, your hitbox doesn't update from when it was small. So that's something that we can abuse in Water of 8-4. Some people do it in the water levels. It actually lets you swim through things like you shouldn't be able to. Makes things a lot easier. And Vince finishing with a 1957, and right past the 20-minute mark, you've got Spiker and SuperSonic both finishing up. Drubsy in 8-1. I believe that's going to pass our slowest times that we allow. Threshold, that's the word. 22. I think the threshold's 22. Threshold is indeed 22.
States on AUC Souvenirs.
That was a great race. Great showing of small fire strats. Let's see, Drubsy. You've got 45 seconds to impress. A little BBG here, possibly? Oh, no. But we still have Scrim. Scrim does not do it either. There's one more flagpole glitch you can do before time runs out. Drubsy actually grabbing the power-up in 8-3. Scrim takes a hit to the first set of bros. And Scrim takes a death to the second set. And there it is, race 2 of the Warpless qualifiers here in Pasadena, California at the SoCal Gaming Expo.
Okay, let's count them in.
In 3, 2,
1. Well, welcome everyone. Race number 3. Still Warpless. What's better than one Warpless? More Warpless, of course. And you already see almost half of the players here going for small. Half the players still, they're already going for that power up. One, no problems. And then most likely the Super Marios there will grab the next power up here. And then the smalls will just barrel through 1, 2 the best they can. Oh, Trubsy took a hit there. It's going to be behind the pack for a bit here. That is a tight jump, so it does get tricky at times. But Stewie making it out of 1, 2 alive. And then you got your barrage of Fire Marios. And as you see here, he's going to take that mushroom in time for that platform. And let's see what Stewie's going to do here. Will he grab the mushroom here? Looks like that's happening. All right. And it's just going to barrel through the rest of this level. He will take a little time loss when he gets the power up at 1, 4. While the rest of the pack will just go through 1, 4. So we'll see a little bit of balancing once we get out of the first castle. Stat corrected, Stewie is actually going for what seems like the setup for the small fire Mario glitch. And it looks like he set it up perfectly. Nicely done by Stewie. And now you have a lot of big Marios out of the first castle. No problem. And then you got Jeremy and Niftski tied to the frame. Nebula a third of a second behind. And you'll see them take that slow down near the spring. That is because if you don't slow down at all, you get a 6 that causes fireworks in this level. So a little bit of breathing room for these runners. Some of these jumps you have to do a little bit of hesitation, a little wiggle here and there. But in the grand scheme of things, that is not a big deal because of that firework prevention that they have to do. Still neck and neck, these first 3. Jeremy, Niftski, Nebula. Still that same pace. It's like they know the patterns. You're swimming, shooting, sniping. Of course, you see the luxury of, having fireballs on your side. And they're out of here. Nebula might have lost a bit of time there, but we shall see. It's still pretty early in this race. Got 8 full worlds of Super Mario. I got 2, 3 here. Just a lot of cheaps. If you know the patterns, they wouldn't be a problem. Just if you don't know the patterns, sometimes you can react to these. Sometimes these players would know if these cheaps would be in their way, and they just react accordingly. Oh, speaking of accordingly, Nebula with the flagpole glitch at the end of 2, 3. That's gonna bring him back a third of a second into the second castle. And might be a broken record here, but Jeremy Niftski still tied to the frame. Now see how the Bowser fight goes. It goes well for all 3. Stewie not too far. Well, takes care of that. second fake Bowser. And 3-1. This is the first world where you see those hammer bros. Definitely not the last time. And then you'll see these runners take a little bit of a slowdown to avoid the 3 fireworks, because that loses more or less a second. But
Oh, man.
I'm still tied to the frame here, and Jeremy and Niftski. Nebula just behind them. So no lead is safe. But it looks like they're getting past to... no, 3-2. No problem. Unskated. And Stewie still on that solid 4th place. 9 seconds behind. And 3-3. And for some reason you can jump past that platform. It always amazes me. You know, it's only possible with big Mario for some reason. Super Mario or Fire Mario. And we're about to see 3-4. Love me some Podoboos. Let's see if these runners can react accordingly or if they know the patterns. Let's see, duck jumps and duck jumps. End the Bowser fight. Wow, that's clean. That is clean. Nice and easy. We're past 3rd castle. And Nebula. And Stewie. And the rest of the pack. What happened there? Oh no. Oh, that is a nice double kill there by Niftski. I know Flibbity's not gonna be happy with the Lakitu snipe, but we ballin'. Nebula trying to go for another FPG here. Doesn't quite get the stairs. But that is okay. It's got a bit of wiggle room. They're pretty much at a lock at 3rd place at the moment. Stewie is 10 seconds behind him. And yet again, this is brewing up to be a solid one-on-one matchup here with Niftski and Jeremy. They are still tied to the frame. Doesn't get better. Doesn't get any better than that. Okay, 4-3. There's going to be a critical jump that they have to do here. Both of them get that. That's a tricky jump. 2-frame window. And in the end here, they're going to try to do what is called sky boots. Where they'll land a pixel above the usual height. Which allows them to barely save this frame roll. Let's see if any separation happens. Ooh, looks like Jeremy got behind a bit. 1 frame roll there. 1/3 of a second. See, you get any little clips. Nebula got that. So we have a lead change. Well played. Niftski, a tricky fight, but he's alive. Nebula took damage in Jeremy. Oh, hate to see it. Now Niftski is in solo first into World 5. Oh, he tried to go for an FPG there. That was a good clip into the block. Just barely missed that pull input. Good try, good try. Alright, 5-2, Niftski. Oh, clean start there. Usually that bullet bill launcher shoots a bullet bill, makes you slow down, but he knows what's up. He knows what patterns there are. Yeah, at this point, yes. Still pretty good pace. Nebula, Jeremy working out their regrabs here in 5-2. There's no power up and there's no power ups in 5-1, so I had to do a level without just trying to survive. But they should be locked and loaded once again. Niftski having to deal with that tricky bullet bill, but he handles it like the champ that he is, like the top runner that he is. And 5-4, this is where a little bit of a lead change that we can expect depending on how these fire bars behave. Looks like they were nice to Niftski. Gonna do this duck jumps. And then the forwards Bowser. Alright. Gets through 5-4. Still in lock. Still in lock with that lead. A pretty comfortable one at that. 10 seconds almost in front of Nebula and Jeremy as he goes Bob Lakitu here in 6-1. Taking advantage of that downward momentum, downward motion. It doesn't matter if you're colliding with an enemy. If you're falling down, you'll always win against an enemy. And Niftski tried to go for an RPG as well. Almost. And 6-2, it's a lot of frontal plants. It's got a lot of shooting, a lot of sniping. And you have to snipe them in a particular way so that you don't slow down. So there's a little bit of variation in how each runner goes. Sometimes they go on top, sometimes they go in the middle. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter which route you go, as long as you reach the flagpole, and you're good. Niftski to handle 6-3 here with your bullet bills. And there's a little bit of wiggle room here in terms of time. You can slow down a bit here and there. That's because if you don't slow down at all, you're set up to get 6 fireworks. So runners are taking advantage of that extra bit of time that they can play around with when they do the jumps, especially with those tight platforms. And Niftski still solo first place here so far, around 8 seconds ahead. And love to see that lag. Can't help it. Sometimes you just get a bad pattern. And Nebula taking a hit. Unfortunately, Jeremy stays alive. Keeps himself within striking distance. So, unfortunate low to boo there. Right in the face of Bowser. And then Niftski's out of 7-1. Jeremy's out of 7-1. So pretty much the same lead. Just shows the consistency of Niftski so far. Gotta love it. And everybody's favorite level, 7-2, is coming your way. Niftski having his crack at it right now. As you see him here in the solo on the screen. And 7-2, as you may know, it's pretty much a repeat of 2-2, but with more enemies, because why not? If you're really good at the game, doesn't matter how many enemies there are. If you got the fire, know when to shoot them, then you're golden. So both Niftski and Jeremy keep their fire suits, fire flower. And then, as you may expect, 7-3 is a repeat of 2-3, but with, you guessed it, more enemies. But with the fire flower, they can just shoot them down. Prevent any slowdowns. Niftski trying to go for FPG here. Calculated it there. Yeah. A little bit of slip up on the stairs, so he knew. Jeremy, his crack. Okay, fair game. And you got 7-4 here. Niftski doing a buffer jump. Looks like he's prepared to deal with a pattern that he knows of. Here, we'll see how that turns out. Oh, well played. Well played. Niftski keeps his lead into World 8. And Jeremy, his fight also well played. So you see some separation here. Jeremy just below 8 seconds behind. Now around 8 seconds. Nebula, half a minute. Stewie, a minute and a half. And then the rest of the pack there. We'll see Jeremy right on his tail here. So looking good. Niftski trying. Oh my goodness! Deep into his bag of tricks out FPG at 8-1. Love to see it. Oh my goodness, oh my god. If you ever think you've seen enough, if you ever thought you've seen enough of Niftski, think again. A2 time for Niftski here. Tricky jump at the middle there. And the end is clean as a whistle. Jeremy doing the bop on the Koopa at the end. Brings him to the top in the middle of the stairs. Well done. And the 8-3 should be a cakewalk for Niftski here. With the fire flower intact. Bro patterns doesn't matter. Oh, looks like he's gonna go for an FPG there. That's a good setup. Looks like. We'll see. Oh, almost got that. Got a good clip into the bottom of the flagpole there. And why not? Why not? He's got a comfortable lead into the last level of the game here. It still might come down to Bowser and the movements here. But Niftski showing no signs of slowing down. He gets that backwards wall jump off of the 2-frame setup. And then the turnaround. And then the water. Jeremy quite alone on his tail here. Okay. Niftski and Bowser separating the act. His finish here. Well played. 19-12 finish for Niftski. Jeremy gets a load of boo. That's the damage to take. No problem. 19-21. Well played for Jeremy and Niftski. Now we're looking at Nebula. Gonna get out of A4 here. You will have to play safe when he tries to face Bowser. But look at the second room here. He got the 1 frame to the wall jump. Wasn't able to hit the wall jump, unfortunately. I gotta be careful with the cheeps here. Almost got clipped by that cheap, but he's alive. He's well. He's swimming with the bloopers. Just gotta make a quick clean exit here. That was a clean exit. And then played safe. Good call here by Nebula. And gotta wait for Bowser. And the 2022 finish for Nebula. And next runner here, Stewie, is in is in 8-3. GG's to our top 3 runners. Top 3 finishes for race number 3. You see Stewie here is gonna face on the bros here. He has the super mushroom, so he can take a damage there. But he doesn't even need to. He keeps his super mushroom intact into the last level of the game. Alright. He's on pace to finish a little bit under 22 minutes, if I'm not mistaken here. So he's going to try a 2-frame wall jump where you just walk off the pipe. Gives you 2 frames instead of the usual 1 frame to jump, and he nails it perfectly. Now, third room, no cheeps at all, no problem. And then the water section here. You might do a duck swim here, where you hold duck and then you swim. That keeps the ducking sprite alive while he still swims freely. Water's clean, pretty clean. Stewie's at Bowser. A Wowzer at Bowser gets through the hammers and gets at 21:48 sub 22.
Here we are, Warpless Qualifiers race number 4. I'm Kosmic on the mic to close out today. This is the last race of today. Today is qualifying days. Tomorrow is going to be the finals. So depending on how each of the racers did today, they'll get sorted into divisions. The better average time that you have in all of the races, you might be in Division 1 if you did the best. Or I don't know how many divisions there are for Warpless, but for any percent there are 3. And if you win your division, then you can move up to the next division. So even if you're in Division 3 tomorrow, you could win Division 3, win Division 2, and then still win it all. I really love Warpless. This is the category close to my heart, so I'm excited to commentate it for you guys. Most people usually get the mushroom immediately here. Let's see, this time we've got Stewie and Spiker going forwards with Small Mario. This could mean one of a couple things. They could be just getting the Fire Flower in 1-4, which is a little bit faster than getting it in 1-1 and 1-2, but it's harder. Or they could go for the Small Fire Mario glitch, which I think you've seen a couple times today. So we'll have to wait until 1-4 to see exactly what everyone's doing, but I'm sure it's been explained. But we got to get the Fire Flower. It's not only easier, but it's also faster. Unlike any percent, where people get the Fire Flower for consistency, for ease, in this category, Fire Flower is actually faster. So that's really nice. Spiker making really tight jumps through 1-2. Those are not easy. It didn't look like he even slowed down on that pipe jump, which is maximum of 2-frame window, often a 1-frame window. Okay, looks like Stewie slowing down to avoid fireworks here. And here come all of the Fire Flower players. We've got GTAce and Niftski in this race. They were usually peaking the top of the rankings in previous events. So we'll keep an eye on them. Mars02 also... Ooh, that was fun. Mars02 also a very prolific Warpless player. Vinz, he was doing great in an earlier race, so we'll keep an eye on him as well. I'm less familiar with the other people's Warpless PBs and stuff. But here we go. So will he grab the Fire Flower?
No, Spiker is in fact going for Small Fire Mario. So he needs to touch the axe at the same time he touches Bowser. Let's see if he gets it here. He's going to have to wait a while for Bowser. It looks like he got it. So what happens there is when Mario takes damage, it happens in 2 steps. The first step is the game sets the value to say, okay, you are no longer powered up. And then the second step actually shrinks Mario. When you take damage and touch the axe right there, it interrupts and the second step never happened. So the game is like, okay, you are no longer powered up, but he did not shrink. Now when he gets a power-up, what happens when you grab the power-up? It just flips what size you are. Normally, should be all the time, that means Small Mario becomes Big Mario. But in this case, he's already Big Mario, so he becomes Small Mario. And now that the game knows you've gotten a mushroom, the next power-up is a Fire Flower, and you get Small Fire Mario. GTAce out in the lead right now. They've probably talked about it throughout this event, but if you're playing really well, you can know exactly what patterns you're going to get. If anyone makes even like a couple seconds of mistakes, unless they're incredibly well prepared, they're going to be kind of out of the running for knowing what patterns are up ahead. So, yeah, similar to getting the Fire Flower, as long as you're going faster, the game is also kind of easier to keep going faster because you know what patterns are coming up, and you could even take advantage of that knowledge and like kill Bowser faster, not have to slow down to wait for Potoboos or fire bars. GTAce is probably on pace where he can do the whole game on like the routed patterns, know what's happening. 5-4 is a notorious level where the fire bars can just completely get in your way. So a lot of times people want to at least maintain their good pace to 5-4 so they can get through that level faster and not have bad fire bars. It looks like Niftski had a little bit of a hiccup, so now he's back in third. Marzo 2 pulled ahead. Spiker with the Small Fire Mario, leading up fourth. Very nice. You have the animation glitch. At the start of a level or after coming out of a pipe, if you jump and shoot a fireball at the same time, you'll get an animation glitch. Okay, nice kill. That was pretty fast for GTAce, so he's probably going to maintain his pace. See, he's only like 1 second ahead of second and third place, right? But if he stays on the pace where he can keep getting the good patterns, they will have like no way to keep up with him. Like they won't even stay 1 second behind. They'll go to like 3-5 seconds behind because he has the faster patterns to take advantage of. We'll see how it goes though. Anyway, that animation glitch, I have a video on it if you want to hear more about it. It's called like making Mario ice skate 20 years early or something. Go check it out. Everyone's decently close. It looks like Vinz, unfortunately, probably had some kind of death. This is a rough game to race. It's really nice for this format because everyone is often so close, and you can get people very neck and neck and see like the individual gains and losses. But it's also kind of a one-and-done game where one mistake can just put you out of the running. And so in Warpless, where that's 19 minutes instead of 5 minutes, it can be really brutal. 3-3, they'll probably jump through this platform right here. Yeah. I think that's just a matter of having perfect spacing with the platform. Mario is on one side of the platform on one frame and then above it on the next. I don't think that's possible as Small Mario, but it works there as Big Mario every time. It can also happen moving downwards. You might see that in like 4-3. Not really in a speedrun, but you can be moving downwards as a platform's moving upwards and go through it. Okay, we'll see if GTAce knows his patterns. He does. Yeah, he's right on the cusp of... that looked fast enough to maintain the pace as well. So He's feeling good. As long as he gets a fast enough Bowser kill in 4-4, he's going to stay on the kind of the goal pace that each of the high-level runners would have going into this. The pace that will get you about a 1903 time. The way this format works, 1903 is like kind of capping out as it's fast as you can go. Not really, but other things require risks, or it's just kind of hard to make all of the patterns work with the way, like we start from power on as soon as we power on the game, and so we don't get to pick which patterns we get. In world record attempts, you might wait on the title screen for a while to get different patterns, which let you go faster.
He was like,
Okay, I wonder if anyone goes top route in 4-2 these days. We most often used to go up top, even with the Fire Flower, but I think it's kind of the boomer thing these days. Still a pretty tight race between Niftski and Mars. They're tight enough that it could come down to things like 6-4 patterns. There's still always the opportunity for taking damage somewhere, which is like automatic 5 to 10 seconds, depending on where it happens. GTAce is going to try and jump at a very specific time to the flagpole here. It looked good to me, but this particular flagpole, most of the time you want to hit the top of the flagpole, but in this level you can't hit the top of the flagpole without waiting for that platform to rise back up. So the fastest way to hit it is a very particular 2-frame window jump to the flag, which makes Mario walk to the castle 2 frames faster and ends up saving a frame rule, which is really important here. So this Bowser kill is going to be really important too. No opening shots. Oh no. I think he probably felt the pressure to try and do a fast kill so he could stay on pace with the good patterns. But Bowser didn't really do the easiest thing to handle. So now we've got Mars out front. And sometimes there are some randomized elements that when you run the game at a high level, you kind of forget they're random. 5-2 coming up, there's a bullet launcher at the start, and it can just shoot and hit you. When you're on a good pace, like it pretty much never shoots. But in these races, like you might just not even think about it. You're used to always getting a good pattern there, and then you could come in here and get shot. So it doesn't look like anyone's had any trouble with it so far. Because Niftski and Mars are not quite on the ideal pace where they would know kind of the 5-4 patterns, you'll probably see them slow down near the first power-up block in the level. And that's because when you aren't deliberately arriving at the stage to get a good pattern, then you have to manually make the level give you a good pattern. And you can always do that by waiting for about a second near the power-up block. It's actually because in this game, all of the objects, the fireballs, the Goombas, whatever, they all kind of inherit from each other. So depending on how high those jumping fireballs, they're called Podoboos, depending on how high those jump, it will affect where the fire bars later in the level start their rotation. And that's why like everything like hinges on each other. So what they're actually doing when they slow down there is they're waiting for the Podoboo to go back down, because if they wait for it to go down, it will always be in a spot that gives good fire bars. Nice. Niftski revealing my favorite invisible block. is kind of funny. 6'2". I feel like people don't really run small only anymore, but 6'2" small only was this like nightmare behemoth task. With fire, it's not so bad. You still have to be really precise with your shots, but yeah, it's not too bad. Sometimes people will talk about the All-Stars version where the Piranha Plant hitboxes have been adjusted to make them actually bigger, so you can't, jump through most of them. And that does make it harder when you're small Mario, but it actually makes it easier when you're big Mario, because it's just a bigger target for your fireballs to hit. The small Piranha Plant hitboxes are nice for when you're small, you're trying to do the pipe jumps, in the 80% run, but in Warpless, it's kind of an underrated skill, or like, you're just like, whatever, he's shooting the plants, but the plant is a small target, right? Just like Mario can go through the top of the plants, the fireball can go through the top of the plants. Okay, 6'4" is going to be really important here. Depending on how high the Podoboos jump, it can affect what firebars you get, and it really ruins the whole level if you don't get good ones. So they're going to have to slow down here. Oh no, Mars actually jumped too high and ran into the Podoboo. Niftski gets the good firebars, so he's fine. He's sitting pretty now. Yeah, he's good. A little hesitation to make sure he didn't run into Bowser. Wow, Mars getting such a troll Bowser pattern. The way Bowser works is if he doesn't jump forwards, you can usually wait for him to do a second jump and go under, but that was like the worst timing where his second jump isn't far enough like forward to actually make it under. And that's really unfortunate he lost power-ups in 6'4", because I'm trying to see where he's at. This level, the Hammer Brothers are random, and without fireballs, you either have to just kind of wait for them to go, to jump out of the way. It looks like he got pretty good luck on them, I think. Yeah, he's powering back up with the Fire Flower now. There's a mini-map on the bottom if you haven't noticed. We can keep track of everyone, get kind of a wider view. Now, 7-2 has a lot of enemies. There's, I would say, 2 or 3 key moments in the stage. The first one is coming up right here. There's this bottleneck you got to get through. That went fine for Niftski. He got kind of pinned there between 2 bloopers, but that's the power of Fire Flower. Got to just fireball the cheap out of the way. He's got to get over the coral over here, which sometimes an enemy can kind of get in the way. And then this blooper, he had no... There's a troublesome blooper there at the end, the squids, which kind of just blocks the pipe. It looks like they're fine. See if anyone gets the rude blooper. It's looking like nobody had to deal with it. Now the jumping Cheep Cheeps, these are random. In theory, you can react to anything you get and nothing bad happens. But sometimes there are hard patterns. If the Cheep Cheeps jump next to the Koopas, they will turn them around. So sometimes you're trying to jump behind the Koopa, it turns around and you stomp on it instead and like get carried into the pit. So there's all sorts of tricks the game can play. (7-4), one of the maze castles. So you have to take the correct path through here, or else the game will just loop you back to an earlier part of the level. So it's going to go in the middle and then back up top. Pretty nice kill for not having planned patterns. You see Bowser tried to jump. If Niftski didn't get the last fireballs in there, Bowser would have jumped, not been dead yet, and Niftski would have like been in some hot water trying to figure out how to kill him. Mars has his Fire Flower back. GTAce actually got caught up to second place. I'm not aware of their exact paces at this point, but I would guess Niftski's probably on the 1920 range. It's possible it's faster. I'm just not sure.
Fire Flower, so nice for 8-1. Grabs bottom of pole for some reason. That lost time, I wonder why. Maybe he knows something I don't. Maybe he has known his patterns the whole time, but it's like a really safe route or something. I don't know. I don't know why he would do that. Maybe he's just messing around. I don't know. Bilibo glitch? He had a chance, but... Okay. Someone bumping on the pipe. Looks like GTAce. Mars still holding up. The Koopa right at the end of A2 can be really tricky. Okay, the Hammer Bros with fire usually aren't too bad. But the last four, sometimes they'll jump and come down right when you are arriving at them. So they'll like land on your head. But those were fine. Niftski doing a flagpole glitch. Shoutouts to Kriller37 for the setup he just did. But anyway, Niftski, shoutouts to the flagpole glitch he just did. Saving back that time loss from 8-1 with 5 frame perfect inputs. Why jump at the top of the flagpole in 8-1 when you can do 5 frame perfect inputs in 8-3? Niftski with the backwards wall jump to save 0.1 second. A wrong warp here, making sure he went far enough. He's got the lead for it. It's kind of hard on these TVs. We're not used to where the edges of the screen cut off, so you gotta be safe. Make sure you move the screen far enough. And yeah, it's looking like actually a very low 19-1x. 1910. Very good. That's a great time. Maybe the best so far? I didn't catch the last race, but definitely up there. GTAce with also a great time, and Mars right behind. Yeah, I think most of the top times have been 19-2x, and then tomorrow is the finals, and I would be shocked if you don't see someone get a 1903 or 1904 at some point. That's what we often see in these events at the very top level. When someone gets the run they're going for, yeah, it's a low 19-minute run. Stewie with the big Mario glitch, dying in one hit because he was in the small Fire Mario state. That was very unfortunate. Spiker's got to watch and see if these guys jump. And he'll stomp them if they do. Okay, we're good. Now we got to watch, I think, Stewie jump over these Hammer Bros. Nice, he makes it past. And Vinz is... Hopefully he has enough time to finish. 22 minutes is the cutoff. I think he has just enough time.
Get by and is scared. This.
Yeah, he should be fine. Spiker, I think, missed the crouch swims. Yeah, he had to re-get it because he had the big Mario hitbox. You want to hold down before you swim, so then you can keep the crouching hitbox while swimming. Yeah, at this point, you're home free. Doesn't matter if you take damage, whatever. You get through. Let's go, Spiker. Nice run. Stewie coming into the final room. Takes damage there, but you have long enough invincibility. You can't die. And then Vince. He's going to bring it home just in time. So it's going to be the average of your two runs, your two Warpless runs. His earlier one was 1957, I think. So, I mean, his average is still going to be a mid-20 or so. Yep. That's the race. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'm going to, I think, hop off for what's next.
All right, everyone. Just want to let you know, hey, again, one more time, I'm Flippity Dibbity. We're done for today, but we'll be back tomorrow with the finals for both Warpless and Any %. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. You can find the schedule. Don't worry about that. Yeah, so once again, Flippity Dibbity here. This has been such an awesome tournament. It's been so great so far. The first day, we have 2 more exciting days coming up. We have the final races tomorrow, and then the live time attack the day after that. So make sure you tune in. And also, if you want to support this event, head on over to retrotournaments.org/support. There's a button there. You can contribute to the prize pool, and you can contribute to the event as a whole, and make sure that we can keep doing these year after year and getting better and better. If you have specific feedback or things you'd like to see us improve on next time, hey, shoot me a message on Discord. I would love to talk to you about what we can do and to see what we can do moving forward. Huge thanks to everyone who's set this up. Biggest thanks to Anthony, setting up all the stream, doing all kinds of things, just working off, like making things happen in a way that's better than we've ever done before at one of these events. And huge thanks to Anthony for that. Huge thanks also to Jay for his work organizing, and to Jeremy and Claire and everyone who's helped out. Kosmic, of course, everyone. Thanks to Kosmic and Niftski for letting us borrow their channels and stream on them. So make sure to give them some love as well. And just everyone here. It's been a great event. It's been great. And I'm done, though. I'm so tired. I don't know what happened. I hit a wall like 4 hours in or something. It's a lot of Mario in one day. But I'm ready for tomorrow, and I hope you'll join us then. All right, later.